What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video, and today some more Dragon Ball Fighters for y'all. So today, I played a bunch of matches with SSJ for Gogeta since the Season Pass DLC dropped on Wednesday. On Thursday, I played a ton, like a ton. I cannot tell you how many games I played with him. And I just want to share some of my matches with you while going over what happened and how I just feel about the character overall. So I'm gonna be playing against a pretty varied group of people here. I have about like 6 matches or so I want to use. Basically, in all of them, this is a pretty rare case of people exclusively playing him. Is that a good way of putting it? So when Baby came out, people were playing him, but I didn't feel like everybody was playing him. Where with Gogeta, it's like everybody is really playing him. Now, if you watch my stream on Wednesday, by the end of the stream, I was kind of like, can I go play Gold Tanks now? Energy. I felt pretty uncomfortable with him. You know, he doesn't have like full screen projectile, for example. I'm very used to having a lot of control on knockdown. I didn't have that like well put together at that time. But by the end of that day, because after I streamed, I took a break for a while and then I played some more. I was like, hey, wait, let's play a little bit more. Let's figure out some more stuff. And I started getting like really comfortable with him, and I'm feeling really good about the character overall. So anyway, I'm playing him with my standard shell because you know it's just an experiment. I still really don't think I'm gonna main him, but he is a pretty strong character all around. As far as what to play him with, that's definitely a mystery. So he is a pretty interesting character in that I feel like you can legitimately use some older style of teams that people don't use so much anymore because like beams and stuff are so popular because he has the taunt, right? So people can't just run away from you if you're playing like let's say you're playing like a hit player, for example. They really like running away and like waiting for super dash and stuff like that. If they're really doing that stuff to you, just trying to run away and lane you out, you just taunt once or twice and they will change their mind really really fast. I thought my team, like the playing Roshi Broly with him is what I mean. I thought at the start it wasn't such a good team for him, but the more I played it, the more I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, it's still that DP beam shell that I like. And if, because my main thing is that with Gotenks, I'm able to, get in when I want. I can stall the way I want, things like that. Over time, my stalling option just became taunt and or like just super jump away, and it worked out kind of fine. And I do actually like the type of team it is. It's just a little awkward, I would say, to play at the start. So specifically, how good is he? Because he, at least, of course, this is early, right? I mean, when this video is happening, it's basically, honestly, still day one. Even though I have a ton of matches with him the first day. Now it's Friday, so I would say it's like day 3. Let's say. I got a pretty good idea of things I think are good and things I think are not good. Is he a strong character? First of all, yes. Well, the best part of this DLC is easily and when I say this DLC, I mean this season, right? Easily, how good all the characters are. I think every character in this season pass is good. Kepler, UI, of course, doesn't need to be stated. Master Roshi, Baby is a little harder than your standard character, but he is a good character as well. And then Gogeta closing it out. He's pretty easy to pick up if you're just pressing buttons. He's a little bit harder if you want to, optimize around some of his more unique tools. If I was going to play him long term, for example, I would definitely invest in trying to put taunts in my combos with him. I primarily used it as a neutral thing or like an awkward situations after snap, like I just did right there. Or if you're running away from me too much, I'll do it. But I haven't been doing it in combos and stuff like that so much. Is he top tier? I won't say. Yeah, I don't get like super top tier vibes from him based on what he has. He doesn't have like anything that feels super blatantly stupid. I'm not gonna lie. But he feels like a strong character. He's very responsive. He's fast. Very mobile. Is really good. Surprisingly, Gogeta mirrors are kind of obnoxious. I'll show some examples in matches later. Um, of like how annoying it could be for him to play against himself. because he has the JS. So his JS 5S I feel like is one of his best tools straight up because it tracks, but you have to get to the middle of the screen, right? The IK thing, this game is basically the only game I get an IK that... No, that's not true. I actually got a couple other IKs, but out of like hundreds of games, I probably got like 3 IKs total. Now, where do I think he's going to go long term? It's a good question. I think he's a really good point. He 2 touches without assists, really. Like, if you need an assist, they're there, but basically he could do it without assists pretty reliably. And he doesn't need a lot of meter to do stuff, so his best meter options are the axe kick and the lariat for sure. But he doesn't like need that really, and it's pretty inexpensive. So he's not really hurting for tools in neutral. As a support, you get to do, like a lariat beam assist that we've seen forever in this game if you want to use the B assist for him. His A assist is kind of a meme. I've been saying it a lot. If you're like planning to try to IK people, you can get it pretty easily if you use the A assist because you get up to level 5. It's not hard to get 2 taunts for sure. The main thing with IK stuff that I've noticed is that if you don't have a character that has like a level 2 super, then it could be hard building for damage. Really, at least at a glance, I'm not like really fast at optimizing combos. Like it comes from a while of playing a character, and I'm not planning on maining him, so I won't see where it goes quickly. I think he's a character I'm gonna play for a little while longer, though, compared to like Baby. Baby I only played for like a day or 2. Roshi I ended up maining. UI I played for like a week or so. Kefla I played for like a couple of days before I was like, this is not the one for me. The C assist is honestly a tragedy. I was really hopeful that he would have a DP assist, especially because his DP itself, it has like one big upside and one real big downside. So the big downside, let's start bad news first, is that the hitbox is tiny. It is petite, it is small, it's a 5-year-old's DP. The big upside is that it hits on both sides. So you don't have to, if you don't know what side someone's going to land on, you can do down, and you'll hit both sides, and you'll seem really cool and smart no matter what side the opponent lands on. It's really sick. But the CDP assist is definitely a little bit of a disappointment. I wish, even if it was like 20 frames or 21 frame blocks on, I would be happy. 16 is just like, man, bro, you're really out here doing it to me. Master Roshi, it's clearly not old because his used to have like 46. Like, come on, bro. You can help me out, please. So my choice has been the B assist, which is a good assist. 33 frame block stun, goes through projectiles, appears behind you, pretty fast. Mad hit stun, so there's a lot of benefits to having it. So as far as anchor, I think it'd be pretty tough to play him anchor, but if you're playing him point or mid, or as in you're playing him with the intent of using assist with him, then I think you're going to be in a pretty good spot. And I always felt pretty strong playing him on point, especially the more I played him. Now, we should talk about cheap stuff next. Cheap stuff. Does he have cheap stuff? I don't know. He's got a fuzzy. It's actually pretty funny that I was thinking about this because I think Golden Frieza has this ability, I think, to make you block an air move and then double jump IAD. I think Golden Frieza could do it. I actually don't know. But an old character I used to play, actually my first fighting game character in my whole life, had the same type of mix-up that he has. That's right, I'm talking about my girl, Akiha Vermilion. I'm bringing it all the way back. My first ever main in Melty Blood, Akiha Vermilion. She does have normal air dash cancels, but she also has the jump medium JB IAD type of mix-up that Gogeta has. I think it's really cool. You have an assist that has... You don't even really need a lot of blocks on to set it up in the corner. Setting up mid-screen is a little tough. It definitely depends on what assist you have. But if you could do it, it's a good thing. No one is really saying whether or not it's mixed for real yet, but it's a really good option that he has. It's probably like one of the biggest surprises that he has available because people were pretty, sad, if anything, that he doesn't have a 2L low, but instead he has this thing where he has multiple ways of hitting you with highs and lows. The taller you are, the more vulnerable you are to the mix-up. It's a pretty interesting thing. The IK, I don't think it's cheap. It's just threatening. That's where I'm at right now. It doesn't. It still doesn't feel cheap until like and it has to be like C assist aside as well, because you would need like a C beam with him or something. But uh, you could definitely get a couple, and I'm thinking about it too. You could definitely get a couple in a combo, but again, it's mostly not something you should like heavily aim for yet. So in this group of games I'm sharing right now, uh, I never got the IK on either of these players. Where when I was playing just casual matchmaking, I got it every now and then, and I was like trying to get it, but of course I was not putting taunts in my combos and things like that. So we'll see how that goes. You have to be pretty conscious about what you're doing with Gogeta as well, because he has a lot of stuff that goes through projectiles. I think that's really important. That he has so many anti-projectile moves if he gets to the middle of the screen. The easiest one being his 5S speeding Key Blast. It's like a Broly Key Blast. It's only one, but it's like a Broly Key Blast, beats projectiles. I mean Key Blast straight up. His EX Lariat is so important to get good at using. Like, it's really important. So it's such like a counter meta style of move. It's a Lariat, a traveling move, beats not just Key Blast, but also beats beams, and the return, you get like 50% easy if you hit it. So being able to deal with people's like move plus projectile or projectile plus projectile assist is a really big part of playing him effectively. Especially depending on like what your opponent really is running. So that's like the one thing I felt about playing him on point is and by the way, I think this a lot about Gotenks as well, is like meter is really important, and the fact that he could build his own meter here is actually pretty nice, because he doesn't have to like approach to get meter necessarily. So when I play Gotenks, I think a lot about like, basically like once I can play my full neutral game once I get 1 bar, my total neutral game of all the stuff I can do with Gotenks. Gogeta, you only need half a bar, so that's 2 taunts or a little dash and a taunt, and you'll get it. Especially considering how much return he gets off 2 through 6H, specifically. The fact that you only need half a bar to access it, and it's safe on block, things like that, basically instant from that range, I think it's a really strong tool. Like, June's team here is a big, like, I was thinking about it a ton, because he plays Piccolo Broly, right? So this type of defensive shell is really good for Gogeta as well. It's a pretty different thing compared to what I'm playing. At the start, I thought my shell, my normal shell, again, was not a very good one for him, but he doesn't have to approach all the time. This is like a thing about me personally, but like, especially from other Arxis games, I really like punishing like quote-unquote sloppy movement or like imprecise movement and stuff. In Dragon Ball, it's actually pretty hard to stop people from moving in ways that I think in other games are quote-unquote bad. So if a character can't like directly address movement sometimes in Dragon Ball, I don't like it. So that was like the biggest issue I had starting Gogeta. And then I was like, oh wait, I have a super jump, double jump, air dash, and I have all these ways of moving around the screen, and I have a move that literally says you have to come to me or else I'm gonna get something where you're screwed. if I max it out, honestly, you're screwed. So yeah, as you can see, I feel like in more like I don't want to use competitive, but like against people who like play in tournaments like super competitive Dragon Ball, it's mildly difficult to get the levels. Maybe not impossible, for sure, but difficult unless you're doing stuff actively in the game to get it all the time. So that's the main reason why I wanted to show a couple of these matches as well. I didn't see June get them at all. I didn't see Lotus get it against either of us. And then I didn't get it. The DP Dragon Ball stuff, you gotta just remember that that's not just your Dragon Ball. That's everyone's Dragon Ball. Just like UI, it's our Oki, right? Back in the day. Back in the day, that shit was last week. But it's our Oki. Those are our Dragon Balls. Like, they could get the Dragon Balls too. So I was not aiming for trying to get all 7 Dragon Balls for match in the match at all. But yeah, that's where I'm at with him right now. Probably a month down the line, just like with Baby, I'll post thoughts about him again, like how I feel about how he's gone through. Right now, I think he's pretty strong. Like straight up, again, I don't think it's really easy to say that he's like top or anything. He doesn't have anything that looks like outstanding busted. He just looks like he's a solid, strong character, looking like on the upper half of the characters for sure at the moment for me. As usual, too, if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.